So I've now restarted this video 5 times. I just don't know how to do the video or know what to say. So I'm just gonna say what's been eating at me. I'm not doing well mentally. I'm safe. Let me preface with that. I'm safe. I'm not a risk to myself or my family. But I'm just not happy, and I haven't been happy in the direction that my life is going. I'm happy in my relationship with Carrie and with my family, but I'm just not happy with myself. And I've found myself over the last 2-3 years just growing more bitter and bitter. And on the outside looking in, I probably look successful. I've been promoted twice in the last 2 years. But I'm not happy in the direction that my life, my career is going, and the goals that I set for myself are just not being attained. My fitness goals, my educational goals, my mental health goals, no goals are being met and or achieved. I tried therapy. For about a year. And everybody knows that therapy in the DoD is rough. My experience is that I only got one appointment a month. It was every 3 weeks. So if it lined up right once in a year, I got it twice a month. On the first week and the fourth week, but otherwise it's once a month. But due to short staffing and my therapist quitting, because she alone is servicing 300 or 400 people, not that they're all going at the same time, but she's responsible for them. She's just overworked, so she quit. And due to the lack of therapists and social workers, we have an appointment once a month, not every 3 weeks now. So you only get to go like 12 times a year, if that's available. And then it's telehealth. So there's somebody at the Army base in San Antonio, at Brooke Army Medical Center, that gets on a computer and talks to you. And that just wasn't for me. But I'm just, as I said, not doing well. For those of you who don't know, we've kind of kept it quiet. But we had a baby this year, Elowyn Kay Wright, and that's a great thing. But we were supposed to have twins. We lost the twin, Elowyn Kay Wright, about 19 weeks in, I believe. Which for people who haven't experienced the loss of a child, it's even in utero, it's rough. And most people, that are calloused would say that it's you never held her, you never met her technically, so there's why to make a big up-to-do about it. But I was supposed to be able to. And we felt her kick. We felt her move. We felt her and her sister bouncing around inside Carrie, dancing on her stomach and on her back to her detriment. But I didn't get to take her home. First time I'm talking about it. Due to that, as well as my already bitterness within myself, I've gained 10 or 15 pounds in the last year. I think it's 15. And I've been I've been on a cutting weight diet, so I've lowered my caloric intake and I'm trying to eat better. But I've been doing that for a month and to no results, minimum results. And what really started this video was I had failed height and weight today. So for those of you who are not in the DoD, you regularly get measured on your height and your weight. And if you're over whatever your branch says your weight's supposed to be, according to your height, you then get taped. So they tape your stomach. Now in the Army, it used to be stomach and neck. They tape your stomach. And depending upon your height and what exact weight you are, they determine your body fat percentage. At my age, I'm allotted 22%. And I needed to be, I weighed in at 177 this morning. And I needed to be either 163, because that's my maximum weight, or 35.5 inches on my waist for 177. It changes every like 3 or 4 pounds. But I was half an inch off. I was 36. They verified several times, and it was the first real kick in the ass I've gotten in the last 5-6 years, outside of like tearing my back. And I'm now potentially going to go on a program called the Army Body Fat Composition Program. But due to that, I will miss career opportunities. So I'm making this video to keep accountable for myself. I'm running every day. I did 10 miles this morning. I did 6 miles at a 10-minute pace. And then I did 2 miles at a 9-minute pace, and then I did an interval for the last 2 miles. And I'm trying to, as I said, keep myself accountable. So I'm going to make a video journal every day, and hopefully it'll work out. But I get weighed again next Wednesday. And if I fail that one, then I go on this program, and I miss an important school, an Army school that I'm supposed to go to in January. And that potentially is, if I miss the school because of this, that could hinder my career. This isn't the direction I wanted to go. Even going to the school yet, I wanted to wait. But missing it for this reason could hinder my career. So I'm just going to work on cutting weight, loving myself, being less bitter with myself. Carrie hasn't mentioned it, but I feel that my bitterness with myself and in my heart has hindered our family. And it's not all the time, you know. I don't know how to go about this, but it just comes and goes. I guess it's like depressive episodes or whatnot. I was diagnosed with severe depression when I was going to my therapy. Severe depression, anxiety. But none of the anxiety meds that they gave me touched it, because what I believe is it's actually ADHD, because they have a lot of different symptoms. They have a lot of the same symptoms, so you can get misdiagnosed between ADHD and anxiety. But the depression was probably spot on. But the medications I was taking for it were causing me to be too zombie-like, and I wasn't able to function 30% of the time. I wouldn't be able to have anything other than surface level thoughts. So I got off that. So I'm just, since therapy is not an option, this video journal is just going to be my accountability checklist. Every day we make a video, no matter how long or short, to remember my missing daughter that I'm supposed to have, and to keep myself accountable, to better myself, but not compare myself to the old me. I don't know who said it, but there's a quote that comparison is the thief of joy, and it really is. I've been trying to get back to the fitness level I was at when I joined the Army, and instead I should just be trying to improve where I'm at from here, instead of comparing myself and saying I could do 500 push-ups a day, 1,000 push-ups if I really wanted to a day in high school, and when I first joined the Army, and now I can get like 200. So this has been a long video. I don't know if I'm gonna post it anywhere, but yeah, I just needed to say this and say all this out loud. Another thought that I need to, part of holding myself accountable, is before I started cutting weight this last month, I wasn't eating well. Now, over the last month, due to the baby just being born, I haven't been going to the gym. And before the baby was born, the month before, I wasn't going to the gym because between appointments and scares that we had, I needed to be home. And then between working sometimes 12, 14, 16-hour days, there's just no time. But I'm going to make time, even if it's not the full workout I want to do. I could at least do cardio. I could do 30 minutes of cardio, an hour of cardio. I could at least do, something, as opposed to just doing nothing and having a lot of executive dysfunction, which is what I've had over the last year, is, oh, well, I couldn't meet this goal in my mind, so why even try? But I was watching a video yesterday, and this gentleman brought up that specifically these characters in this story that was being told were all worried about something negative happening in reference to an event going on, and so they didn't even want to try. They were so caught up in the negative that none of them wanted to try. None of them wanted to work anything out. They just assumed the worst and was just going to take it. But one of the characters brought up a point that says, what if something good happens? So that's going to be my mantra. What if something good happens?